now. We are now recording. This is just for documentation purposes, but if you'd rather not be included in that, feel free to turn your camera off for the duration of the event or send us again a message. Even though you are going to be on mute throughout this, we do encourage you to utilize the chat function to give responses and feedback to the performers as they're going. You can also use the reactions to give a little applause after, or just be really dramatic with your hands so we know that you loved everything. Okay, a few questions here that I guess I'll just address right now in the chat. Can anyone perform? No, we did have an open call for this that closed about a week ago. So we've already pre-selected the competitors for the event. I will message you the running order, Elizabeth. And will there be trigger warnings? Performers, please give trigger warnings if necessary. Now there will be trigger warnings. All right. So, sorry, guys. I'm working with like the waiting room as well. I'm really bad at multitasking. So now our event tonight is going to be hosted by the lovely Eve Shadows. We're very excited to have her here with us tonight. I'll just do a quick intro. So Eve Shadows Gilbozo, whose real alter ego is Neve Gilboy, has worked in the entertainment scene with nearly 4 years performing for the likes of Dirty Circus and Gas with her sultry burlesque, as well as laying claim as one of Galway's first drag kings. She has hosted the open mic poetry night in Electric Garden, created by one of the judges here, Bo Williams himself. Having written poetry with a very nature-based imagery, she is working presently on publishing a small book of her works to date. She looks forward to entertaining you for the night, as well as introducing some of Galway's best talent. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Eve.
How you doing? Again, thank you so much for having me, and I will do my utmost to try and make this a very exhilarating Zoom poetry get together, poetry slam. Forgive me if I'm a little bit nervous because this is all a bit new to me. Normally I would like host a poetry night in person, so I haven't actually done a Zoom poetry hosting event just yet. So thank you for the honor. Again, yeah, just to make sure that if you want to kind of react to the and give a bit of feedback or a bit of support to the performers, to kind of do a little bit of a clap hands emoji, please, just so we don't ensue into kind of clapping chaos, so to speak. And again, yeah, we will be doing screenshots. Again, as well, that if there is anything that's said in poetry that maybe touches a nerve or anything like that, please feel free to kind of message us or anything like that if there was anything that bothered you or anything like that. And I suppose without further ado, I will introduce our wonderful other judges. I will be judging as well as hosting as well. So first off, we have the wonderful Laura Caffrey, who is a writer, teacher and poetry editor at Headstuff, with an MA in writing from NUIG. Laura writes in a visual lucidity that springs from the page. Her poems have appeared in various places, including Crannog and The Stinging Fly. And in 2008, she was shortlisted for the Coach New Writing Prize, quite a claim. When not teaching or writing, Laura can often be found swimming in the sea or curled up with her nose in a good book. So please give a little reaction for Laura. Next up, we have the wonderful Bo as well, who I've worked with myself. He's an American poet, workshop facilitator, and spoken word artist based currently in Dublin, he was originally in Galway before. That's where I first met Bo. He is an MA in creative writing from University College Cork, and is a former All-Ireland Poetry Slam champion. He has completed in 10 national poetry slams in 5 countries. Bo has over a decade of experience teaching poetry writing workshops to college students, as well as traditional and at-risk high school students across America and Ireland. He's doing quite well for himself too. So again, I'm really honoured to be here amongst you all, and really excited for the lineup. Some really gifted, really talented performers here. I've read over some of your stuff and really looking forward to, and feeling a bit of pressure, I'm sure, as all of us are, into who will come out the Grand Slam champion. So with that, I'll get on to our very first performer, and I hope that they're ready to go. It's Blaze, and I'll do a short bio about Blaze as well, just to let you know his background in writing and poetry. He's an English-born Irish writer, currently living and studying Galway on the west coast of Ireland. His work has previously appeared in Crossways, The High Window, Here Comes Everyone, and on Broadsheet.ie. In 2019, he was awarded the NUIG Creative Arts Performance Points Scholarship by the university. So please give a round of emojis for Blaze.
Thank you for that fantastic introduction. So I'm first up, which is a little bit terrifying, I've got to say, but what can you do? You can find me on Twitter at Blaze Gilbert. It's easy to find as there's only the one. So I'll get into this then. So this is called A Private Manifesto for the End Times. I stand here on the edge of things, like a kitten in an overgrown lot, mewling incoherently at the madness to stop. So, for future reference and ease of mind, I write down a few stray thoughts of mine before the wind picks them up and whisks them off, ideally to somewhere with a bit of sun. But the sun has shown itself again, and I can hear the sound of waves in that wind. So resolving not to be a pessimistic poet, leaning towards Bukowski, Leopardi and the lot, I too say, I saw the best of my generation have their heads kicked in on my Instagram feed and entrails strewn across news headlines for the sake of a fall guy. But resentment breeds resentment, so I'll keep my poems of frustration locked away in folders within folders. Each morning, I should wear my watch. Isn't it wonderful that such beautiful objects make apt metaphors? And I don't have to talk about a greedy slug slapped on my wrist, reminding me of the time slipping away in a shiny trail. I try and make my art more urgent, to reflect the candle burning down in front of us. But my attention span has gone to shite, and my trains of thought spool out like a box of tangled fairy lights. But I encourage myself to be content with that. I've been dreaming of the seaside, of water slipping up the sand in little rushes, and soft sunshine cooking my face nicely. Look at me, a slab of meat on the griddle, some smiley ham tossed into the stove, saying this is fine as the flames rise. We sit within Wolf's time passes, tides slide in and out like beds of moss and begin to reach our chins. But like in the book, this is the halfway mark. A moment to gather our thoughts and energies, to stomp our feet and huff our noses. And when the time comes, we will rush out of this like the bulls in Pamplona crashing from their corrals, trampling all those Egypts who swatted at our rumps whilst we were locked away. Abandonment has given us resolve, feeling forgotten like Spartan children in the hills, we could become metamorphic together. Marble pillars supporting agency and blame. It's the scared new world in which we should be encouraged to set fires and pull down the old guard. We can place some of that fire in its belly to set it up strong and honest. So when we pass into hypocrisy, we can bore our grandkids with talk of all the good we did. Thank you.
Beautifully read, Blaze. Thank you so much. Quite a name, Blaze. Not that common. You don't hear it that often. Just what I like to do as well that I was meant to say before I introduced you is that I love to take down a little note of what kind of resonates with me and what I kind of find. And your poem is quite poignant, and I feel like for these times, which is great. Especially not to be a pessimistic poet, which I find is easier said than done. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I find that being a pessimistic poet kind of goes with the whole territory a lot of the time. And yeah, very poignant for the time and very relatable, I'm sure. So thank you so much for that. So we will go on, we will crack on to the next poet, shall we? And we have Taylor Mullins. So Taylor is an unpublished writer currently working on a fantasy novel about finding inner strength and fighting for the love that can be found in a healthy relationship. They are in their second year of studying for their bachelor's degree with creative writing and are living in Galway, where they hold the status of feminist public nuisance. I love that. I'm also a feminist public nuisance, so I find that very relatable. So thank you for that. So yeah, go ahead, Taylor.
Hi everyone. So my name is Taylor Mullins, and as Neve said, I'm Galway based, and I won't bore you anymore, so I'll just get right into it. I'm reading two sister poems today, so they are called In Order to Heal, and then after that, I Must First Escape. So, In Order to Heal. When this is over, I'm going to Cheyenne street food, and I am going to stuff my face full of sweet and sour chicken. I'm ordering the biggest bowl they've got, making it clear that if I'm not drowning in that delicious savory sauce, then I'm not satisfied. Either sitting upstairs, head craning over the indoor balcony to see who's come inside, stretching across the table to swipe at my love when she steals a piping hot chip. She'll have a whole bowl full of her own, the devil. Or lounging outside in the summer breeze, watching tourists walk the Spanish Strip, the fizz of an ice-cold Coke running down my throat. When this is over, I'm going to lay in the grass and feel the blades tickle my face. I'll remember Hedgehog and her dirty comic books, the gradual slide down the schoolyard hill and everyone playing catch in the distance, daisies in our hair one day and jumper head wraps another. I'll hope and pray that wherever in the east my old friend has made her bed, she is safe. I'll remember discovering the river, having walked far past me and my love's usual haunts, the beat of the sun on our faces, the soft scratch of the grass on our backs. I'll see the trees overhead with the same clarity as I'll see the skin-tight orange shorts in my mind, feel with the same vigor the beat of her fingers inside of me as I do the sting of the twigs that I find in my hair. I'm going there again. Picnic blanket rolled up under one arm and Tiger's biggest pink lemonade bottle clasped in the other. I'll watch the ducks float by as I grind my body down against hers. When this is over, I'm going to band a group of friends together and pile the lot of us into a car. Anyone sits anywhere, the floor, a boot, a lap. We're going to roll the windows down and blare early 2000s pop music out of the speakers. Single ladies screamed at the top of our lungs, girlfriend with her hair whipping in front of our faces, holla back girl when our ears pop, toxic when we pull into the McDonald's drive-thru. Double cheeseburger, don't forget the grease, and as many nuggets as you can fit in the bag. We'll pull up roadside and hop a fence, crash out in a field and count the twinkling stars. When this is over, I'm going to the Roisin Dove to watch drag kings and queens flip and split and mime and dance. I'm going out with my titties out and my arse wrapped in leather, bouncing on high heels that are sure to leave blisters and bunions and other painful things I couldn't give less of a fuck about, with a rum and coke in my system, maybe two. Feeling the buzz as it fizzles through my veins, my throat burning hoarse as I scream along to songs I only know the chorus of. I'm going to grind back on my girlfriend, feel her hands tighten on my hips. I'll go cross-eyed from the flanks of the stage, looking up through strobe lights at a woman's nylon-clad body. When all of this is over, I am going home. And I promise you, I will live again. I must first escape. Does it count as running away from home if I am a full-grown adult? Because surely that's what children do. Children disappear up a treehouse ladder and stuff their faces with junk food that they've stolen from the fridge. Children read comic books with flashlights and scrape their knees on the wooden floors that Dad nailed down. Children camp out under the stars and return home on the third night because they're just too bored. But I suppose that between children and I, our adventures aren't so different. I suppose that when I notify my landlord to take me off the lease, I am but a precursor to a child telling their parents that they won't be home for tea. My flight bookings and suitcase packings are like a child's blowing up of the tires on their bike and stuffing clean underwear in an emptied school bag. Where a child might run away from home to escape grueling chores or Aunt Miriam's annual visit, I too do run from something. Does it count as running away from home if I haven't lived in my parents' house in over 4 years? In over 4 years, I have not been met with surprise bedroom changes, nor personal items lost to the void. I have not been chastised for my clothes, my skin, or my hair, nor mocked for the passions that I hold. In 4 years, I have not been awoken in the night to arguments nor drunken fights, nor have I placed my back against the wall, eyes on the floor, but attention everywhere else. No. As I look around at what is decisively not my childhood bedroom, but the apartment that I share, I know that this feeling transcends building. It goes beyond brick and stone and paint and clay. It is for neither home that I feel this pull to run away. I am running away from Athenry, the village with nothing to do, from Galway, the county by the sea, and from Ireland, the country that my bloodline calls back to, calls home, for the simple reason that it's long stopped feeling like home to me. Does it count as running away from home if I am leaving with a mission? To heal 1,000 wounds that reopen each morning when my eyes do. To band-aid and soother cream over the first 18 years of my life. To find someone, somewhere, will take the black coal of my pain and squeeze it down into diamonds, to not simply eradicate the bad memories, but build an empire wherein they guard the castle gates, to be stronger for that which has not killed me, but has often mangled my experiences of life, to forge an armor out of lost years, to learn how to walk the streets in clear silk, to make a home of my own in this world, in this lifetime, in this body. Does it count as running away from home if I fear I may never come back? Thank you. Whew.
Wonderful, Taylor. Thank you. Wonderful delivery.
Oh, that one's a hard one.
Very emotional, I can imagine. I could hear it in your voice, definitely. I'm sure everyone else could as well. Like I said, I like to give a little bit of feedback, just because I think it's nice to point out little kind of moments that, even though poetry is very subjective, but that it might stand out to me and might have stood out to others. So I loved in the first one you said, I felt like it was the want for kind of this normality, back to normality, and the use of imagery that you said about the fizz of an ice cold Coke running down my face. I just thought that was kind of, I actually pictured it in my mind. I actually was like, God, what I'd love for that down Salt Hill. Yeah, just really what we were all longing for, and the imagery of that was amazing. And again, yeah, with your second poem then, I must first escape, that line that I am a precursor to a child who won't make it home for tea. I thought again that was a great kind of way in relating to giving your landlord notice. So thank you so much. Thank you very much for that. And back to our regularly scheduled programming. So again, so next up we have Neve Hanford. And just to give a bit of backstory on Neve, Neve is a visual artist who uses her work to explore her inner fears with a playful curiosity. Examines her thoughts and emotions through a mixture of spoken word, object making, and self-portraiture painting. So please give it up for Neve.
Hi everybody, thank you very much for having me. It was lovely to hear the work so far. I'm looking forward to hearing everybody else's. Okay. I swooped back around because I thought I saw you, even though I'm fairly certain that you have no idea who I am. Nevertheless, I swooped back around because I thought I saw you. And that's when it hit me, as a deep breath caught sharp on the cusp of my throat, that I've never felt real jealousy before. Not like this. Not seething in the pit of my stomach, not beneath my skin as I picture her and you and her and me in my bones, my body and my bed. I breathe it, and as it sinks in, I create it. Like yeast, it lingers and swells, jealousy. Then the frustration begins. Firstly in the front, but it spreads, and I can feel myself losing control of this thin film, and I can feel it, though I still find it hard to confess, to my nails trickling over the naked lines of my flesh, and I pray, don't roll your fucking eyes at me! Jealousy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neve. Thank you. Very passionate, and you definitely managed to capture the feeling of that jealousy which I'm sure we've all come across in our own lives. Definitely that gasp on the cusp of my throat, that really stood out for me for sure, because we've all felt that kind of like loss of breath when we see somebody like that. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, next up we have Grace Samson. So I will just do a little bit of backstory on Grace. Grace Samson is a young Irish poet who was born in and continues to live in rural Limerick. She studies in NUIG in the BA with English and Italian. Her work explores space, the intersecting of time, and the people who we continue to be. She has 4 poems published in the Galway Review and is a contributor to a forthcoming book on the experimentism, sorry, can't pronounce that apparently, of the Anglo-American poet Tom Gunn. She is working towards a first collection and a novel. So please give a round for Grace.
Hi, thank you. Just in terms of trigger warnings, I'm just going to do one poem that I hope you enjoy. There's just tiny little things about kind of grief and like alcoholism. So yeah. My mind will not be chained. This makes my heart beat, but in a weird way. Like a chicken striding down a pathway, people see him, but they wonder where he's headed, where he came from. They wonder, how could they reach that tempo and stride? This is what makes my heart beat. As it flutters, another night spent listening to the red chilies filled with blissful euphoria, as I see in my mind the various friends who belong to me. Sie sind, they are people who portray true in the time they've spent with me, and with every breath that we share, my compassion is felt in their freedom. This is what makes my heart beat. The people I've lost, I was never looking for them. The bars I stumbled into, they waited for me with every rainy Sunday morning, and every new German beer my palate was yet to be acquainted with. This is what makes my heart beat. Studying Allen Ginsberg for the first time and remembering the strange James Franco film I experimented with before my experimental days had begun. The books I compulsively brought back like a mother returning to her homestead after the day of labor. I welcomed such masterful artifacts into my home, my soul. This is what makes my heart beat. Hoping that my school principal would be proud of the awards given to me, of my sober days count, of the friends I left behind, of the new places I traveled, and of the raging, bolstering, weathering thoughts that entered my mind and stayed forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you so much. Again, I love the line about my experimental days before I was experimental before my experimental days had begun. I thought that was very relatable, in that, kind of that taste of experimentation or whatever. So thank you so much for that. I hope we're all enjoying ourselves and appreciating the wonderful writings that we have going on in our own living rooms. I'm even wearing heels in my living room just to kind of feel better on a Saturday night. So next up we have Ella McInnes Metcalf. Ella. Lovely stuff. So I'll just intro you a little bit. Ella is a student studying art and design in Limerick. Ella writes to make sense of all the chaos, internal and external, create a narrative that swings down into the messy stuff and finds a way back out again. Sounds amazing. So please give it up for Ella.
Hit stop on the clock, leave the keys in the lock. The ignition is revisionist, visions just to feel existence. Systems made of stacked up wrists, not a glitch, but inheritance. Ancient bells tied down to hell, he rung and sent a gun's bullet shell. The fall and tell of dawn's so long song, to dream a dream and feel a warm omen. Almanac of cattle hoofs homing, dusty, burnt brown and burnt the earth is but Mother Nature's palm. Round the tree, a nose buried in highways, double lines, going back to where it all started, Jack. There is a bus made up of 3, and children's feet kick me under the seat, asleep. I'm on the last stop, the bus driver ate supper and forgot. Locked in but not lost, cost my last dollar to drop down on sticky ground. Hear the sound of the grumbling ground up dinosaur antiques, beats me how it rolls so easily. Icy hills, still house fills the frosty grill, and I am out, fuck the illness. It'll kill your will, the dine and dash bill, the crashing guilt of a stilted tilt. The buttergum, the groundhog hum, the dog is sitting in the sun, just sitting. Wind slipped in, dry stone wall on the bin, and ginger blisters grin like the gist of a tall glass of gin. All that yin stalling in the yang thing. And God is nothing but the drawstring purse of a nurse hurting from birth. Nothing is worth the curse of the first inverted to worst. Murky Perth mumblings and girls never being humbled so bumbling. Fuck it, it's all becoming a becoming for honey, a songbird, not lonely. Whistle little leaves wither when you feel the seasons change, because hitherto I know your next meal comes from a bony old home, where they held for snow and sent you out on your own to break your face in the cold. You're an old checkered crony now, with golden bow-legged arrows that float in the shallows, paddle bum nuts and piss puddles and knit pearl hope the gallows, and I'll allow an ABC note in place of what was once the bone marrow space, create a taro ace of horrible taste, and leave it to bleach away to waste. While a new dawn breaks, a new thought quakes, it is not just a haze, but a long gaze, a solid gait. It's a dog with a thin face in the wake of the farmer's lazy fate. The wheat is golden as it waits in its holding, to be told what to say when it is time to be ate, when warm metal tin is mulled over from within. And they broke the speaker. Thanks.
Hi, so sorry. I didn't catch that at the end of that because my internet went. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Ella. But I did manage to get down a line that I really liked, which was children's feet kicking under the sea asleep, if I'm correct in saying that, which I thought was a really, really beautiful image. Sorry, I kind of panicked there because thank you again, Ella. Thank you so much. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Thank you. Sorry, bear with me while I get myself in order again. Love when that happens. So again, big round of emojis for Ella. Thank you so much. And next up we have Colin Mcgarrell. So I've actually seen Colin live myself. I've seen him perform at a couple of the open mics. Colin is a spoken word artist, actor, and historian. Mcgarrell performs in both English and Oscailga. He was awarded first place in the 2019 Féile Lúnasa Slam Poetry Competition. He's performed at Lecture Picnic, the Dublin International Festival of Literature, and Féile na Gaeilge, as well as regularly Gailey. Sorry, that's not very great pronunciation. Gally. Sorry, there we go. Jesus, and I claim to be from Connemara. Wow. As well as regularly contributing to Rake, a monthly bilingual poetry night hosted by Kira. Since 2017, he has starred in the role of Brian McDonough on Ross na Rún on Tichi Cahar. And sorry, yeah?
No.
Okay, sorry. He recently completed a PhD from Trinity College Dublin in 2019 in history and education. So please have your ears open for it, Colin. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the intro. So basically, it's like two lines and I'll get straight into it. Personally, I suppose I play football as well, and I'm usually surrounded by these, Mr. Macho men trying to act their big. And there was a term that was always thrown around that drove me mad, and people tell you just man up, be a man. And I was thinking like, well, what do you mean by that? So I took it literally as in like man up, and I wrote the poem where I've written, it's called Man Down. So here goes. Your eyes shine bright. Two beacons of adulterous, unadulterated light, delight in the thoughts of a night filled with anticipation that I'll surpass your expectations. We met at the bar, not too far from your place, and I see in your face that look of come get me. The ecstasy of what she expects me to share, our clothes laid bare, once a kiss turns to more, that we bounce off the wall and fall to the floor, and she crawls on all fours and whispers, do you want me? Well, like a man on a mission, any upgrade from missionaries met with approval. The removal of all our inhibitions which are kneeling, us both heaving and reeling. But as I failed to get hard, you tried to discard the feeling that you've overplayed your cards. A placid fool with his flaccid tool, I realized to my surprise that he is being uncooperative. Not fucking now, I say to myself. I want to shout, to dispel the doubt that I see creeping in your eyes. You start to feel shitty. You take this defect of mine as a sign that somehow this has to mean you're not pretty. Your head spins round and round as your thoughts become wound in this heartbreaking idea that my erection is somehow linked to your self-worth. I want to convince you and remind you of your beauty, but your head is gone and mistakenly you feel bound by some duty that I must be pleased. Like, fuck me. So you increase the effort, which decreases the tension, not to mention the fact that what I lack is not desire. A fire burns like a lecherous pyre inside of me, but unfortunately, the 6 pints of Guinness and 5 double vodkas in white are the only thing stopping me from fighting the good fight. So I change tact, have you lie on your back whilst I go down. And like Ali Baba on his knees, I count 1, 2, 3, think open sesame, and then dive deep into a pluish of pleasure. Being careful to respond measure for measure to every groan and turn and slow release moan that until now hadn't happened for you. A reminder that the journey can be just as fun, not a battle to be won, but a ride in the truest sense of the word. And as your quick-breathed panting grows ever frantic, the death grip at arms clutching the bed reach down to touch the top of my head to pull me up and ask me to just fucking go for it. But the burden of knowledge falls heavy on me as I see and despise the truth of mine eyes that I have been found wanting tonight. So I feel like shite, because like Nelson's pillar, no longer standing tall, I have to look up with the full wherewithal and try to dispel the disappointment I see. Sorry, but tonight, it's just not meant to be.
Thank you so much, Colin. Very sensitive subject for a lot of men. So a great topic to speak on, definitely. And I love the subtext of it, of like speaking on toxic masculinity as well. Really well performed. Thank you so much for that.
You're mad.
So next up we have Anya Tracy. Tracy, would I be right in that? Who is a 21-year-old student from Tipperary with a love for writing. So please give another round for Anya, please. Thank you.
Thanks very much. So just in terms of trigger warnings, it's just slightly touching on just general insecurities and reference to kind of being hit on. So the poem is called Woman, and yeah, I hope you like it. Of course, I know you love me, but tell me, do you really love me? Because I've been told that you can love me and yet still despise me for the way I fail to conform to the expectations held by society. I don't walk like a girl or act like a lady, no, not even slightly. And the phrase goes, you cry like a baby. Well, at least there was a time when I met those expectations nightly, exceeded them even. But now it's weak to be upset by the things that live in your head, to doubt yourself. Strong is the new sexy. Confidence is the only accessory you need to be a woman. A woman. Women don't sit like that. Women don't slouch their backs or call it the jacks. Women cover their mouths when they laugh. And look, you need to believe in yourself, but not too much. Nobody likes a smartass. And you're up self if you can't accept the unwanted compliments thrown at you by men on the bus, in the shopping aisles, from the minute you stop looking remotely like a child. Why couldn't you just accept that comment about your legs? I mean, you can't honestly dress like that and not expect to turn some heads. And hey, smile. Why so glum? Wave back at those nice boys who honked the horn at you when you were out for your run. What? Do you think you're better than us? It's just the lads having a bit of fun. Feminism is pointless anyways. It's just a bunch of angry old women these days. And it's not like there's any real problem that needs to be solved. It's not the Stone Ages, like, we've all evolved. We just ask for women to be respectable. That's enough. But can you please define that? Because the bar changes too much and my legs, they can't keep up. By the time I've learned to adapt to the request for us to be meek and flat, shy girls who don't know their worth, the trend moves on and I'm stuck in a rut of doubting and fretting, of trying and failing, of forgetting that, of course, real women are trend-setting, unregretting, powerful women who dance like no one's watching, who live and laugh and never look back. But why aren't we allowed to say no to all of that? Real women are women who do what they want to do and who are who they want to be. And never mind anything else that's said by society, because women don't owe anything to anybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Anya. That was a great delivery. Thank you. And the inner feminist in me was like, yes, thank you. Tell them how we feel. I was screaming internally, or screaming externally, but Mike was on mute. I love that about how to perform for the expectations from society, and women cover their mouths when they laugh, because really kind of, we all feel that as women. So and I don't know if it's that the layout was made so that the two poems of Colin and yourself could coincide, because I just thought it was interesting that it was kind of flip sides of the coin, you know. It was really, really good. It was a really great contrast. So thank you so much for that, Anya. Thank you. And again, please don't be afraid to wave your hands around and give a couple of emoji reactions. Thank you. A great night so far, some great performers. Thank you so much, guys. Again, I can't thank you enough. Bring great energy, you really are. I know it's sometimes hard to do it from the comfort of your living room, but yeah, great, really, really good. So next we have up is Kate Mcsharry. Where is Kate? Who is a final year student of contemporary art in the Centre for Creative Arts and Media in Galway. Kate has been involved with Tulka as an intern and in 2020 as an education assistant. Her practice tends to develop with space in mind, whether that is physical, imagined, or an intimate pursuit of her own sense of place. The educational and developmental aspects of contemporary art practice are explored through multiple media as her work evolves. Kate has recently shown work in a joint exhibition with Corbin Walker at the Sarah Walker Gallery in Castletownbere in Cork. So please give a round of emojis for Kate. Thank you.
Thanks. Wading through the wash, oil-soaked feathers on my back, navigating this blueprint boundary extension of fences, tense future, no plans and wishy-washy opportunities felt irate. Vibrations vacillate through syllables felt around the body. Felt finger puppets playing with yourself, myself, ice, melting into itself outside the grease-smeared window's rooftop slate. Libidinal energies dripping down leg hair, a hot shit personality, stuffy perfume, chewing gum, and the smell of warmth from the car. In this hazy golden hour, I like to move with her. Taste of sour when I hear the cat call baby girl honey pussy kitten. Meow. You're always talking, walking, looking up, and the clouds are a kind of piss yellow, like when you haven't drank enough water in the day, and my fingers are sticky from taking the ice cube out of the 7-Up. Drink up, honey, I'm home. Honey drips warm and sticky. Do you scoop your butter or scrape it? Do you make it easy peasy, lemon squeezy, squeeze in tight? Unexpected spunk flies drying up on your cheek as I contemplate the room speaks. It is complete. I think about you nightly, girl, myself, and your eye, observing. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Kate. Thank you. Yeah, again, Maeve there said in the comment, she said the visuals, love the visuals, really, really good, really, really great, especially the ice melting into itself through the grease smeared window. Really, really like that image, really like that visual. So thank you so much. Beautifully worded, really beautifully worded. So our next act, I've seen myself before at a couple of poetry events as well. Elizabeth Curran is a painter, performer, writer, and singer. The artist's work is laced with mythology of the self, with strong correspondence to our universal mysticism and Irish tradition, folklore, and myth. Curran utilizes reflections of the self and personal experience embodied as the protagonist of the work, to which formed a literal expressive language unique to the artist. Written in intricate meandering inscriptions, that's a mouthful, that's a hard one to say, and form spoken word. Pieces of the artist's own work in English are intertwined into the performance, which includes the artist singing, borrowing songs from the Irish tradition and finding her identity rooted in her homeland of the west of Ireland. So please look forward to this one. Please give it up for Elizabeth Curran.
Thank you. Apollo, Assumption, Loch on Torment, adorned of organized thought I walk, only to be sure that time is a telling chore for one who makes it. There's clarification that bells fantasize last sent from tat, tat, tat. Mbaristarum, Yahantarashtaramba. Impobaristara kundar buterista marati. Imbarostaran, Yababuristara. Umbabarusta mapare. Imbabrish arambora. Ibabaruintar. Itarintur. Abru. You, followed by the beginning, falling to the start, finite nectar, halt, interest, I elope in praise in those symbolic traits of words truly laid, ale the faint of heart. Thank you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry,
Oh,
sorry, my
okay.
mistake. Sorry, sorry.
Sorry.
No, I was
Okay.
just saying that I absolutely love your outfit. And great delivery, absolutely great delivery. Love the rhythm and the melody of it, which I'm sure everyone can agree with here. Yeah, we really love the rhythm and timing of it. Thank you so much again. So we're pacing along nicely. We only have, I think, just 4 left, unfortunately, or 3 left, 4 left. Yeah, 4 left now. So next we have Chev Guthrie, who is a spoken word artist attending St. John's University. His work stems from lifelong loves of love, life, discourse, and all things Black. His taste for performing came as a member of St. John's first ever College Union Poetry Slam in 2018. He's since performed, completed, and won in venues such as the New Yorkin. I'm sorry, I can't again. New Yorkin. I'm sure I could get a lesson on pronouncing that myself. Poets Cafe, Brick House Brooklyn, Art and Mock Cafe, Green Earths Poets Cafe, and became an international Grand Slam champion in the Troubled Tongues Tournament of 2020. So please give it up for Chev. Thank you.
On the day that my life doesn't matter, shortly after police would probably stop my heart in front of the people it beats for, forcing me from man to martyr to movement to memory, and forcing my mother to stitch back together the pieces in her smile, your most highly touted of news outlets, carrying only the most important information will be sure to inform all of you that I was no saint. They'll call my noncompliance 8th deadly sin, tell you no amendment protected my right to bear this Blackness or a cell phone. They would dig through my closet and ask the skeletons to give my obituary and do anything possible to convince you my murder was an act deserving of a paid vacation. So to those who knew of me, please, when they leave these bullet holes in my story, if nothing else, tell them my name. Tell them my parents gave it to me when it was all that they had to give. There was one who only dreamt in the daytime, as I thought the night stars were too beautiful to miss. Tell them I found stars in the eyes of a girl who now is never going to get that last name I owe her. Tell them I was romantic enough to make Cupid blush, but so irresponsible he thought me a waste of his arrows. Tell them I laughed as though I had all the time in the world, but cried as though I saw this coming, because where I'm from, we wear matching hoodies with the Reaper, so he doesn't have trouble finding us. We're buying the black kid's birthday present for the day itself is more gamble than gifts. So tell them I gave. Didn't matter if my glass was half empty or half full, as long as we could pour into others. Tell them we were poor. Didn't always have 2 cents to rub together, so we learned to do it with our hands. We called it prayer, called it church, made it of each other, wrapped in each other as tightly as the kinks in our hair, called it love, and painted it black because that was the only color we didn't get to see it come in yet. Tell them that we just wanted to see things like the world, like tomorrows, like examples of people whose bodies equated to more than their police descriptions. And I found some in my afterlife where ancestors taught lessons using an ungentrified textbook. I thought it was crazy that in death they were teaching me what type of person I was, yet in life no one even told me I was a person. It said, your name is Chev. Old enough to say I'm fucking up, but young enough to still just call it learning. Gender, mind your business. Ethnicity, age. Real nigga, as in like real nigga with a GA, as in from East Atlanta GA, where anyone who wants to use an ER can get put in one. The days I prayed have turned my tongue into this prosperous weapon. It was sharp as the pocket knife to walk me home at night. I've been 10 toes down since 10 years old, attended the School of Hard Knocks and graduated summa cum laude. I love like I spoke, loud as hell, often without thinking, but never without purpose. I was 6'1". Mama said, boy, you better stand every damn inch of it. Like a lot of black boys to learn to love basketball before myself. I often mentioned my masculinity and my vertical leap. I was a Virgo. Never knew what the hell that meant, except I was born in September, which means I was born, which means I had a mother, which means I was somebody's son. So tell them I shine as though I was somebody's son and often burned, as though I was somebody's son, one that only dreamt in the daytime, as I thought a black sky was too beautiful to miss. I called it heaven's tinted window. Peered through it as I rode shotgun with a God who I hadn't heard from them in a bit and wanted to know who they'd been praying to. And if by some chance it was still Jesus, I wondered if he told them that being perfect didn't exactly keep him from being killed. So I'm going to tell you that I was no saint. Tell them they're right. And then tell them it doesn't matter. My life did. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chev. That was absolutely amazing. Incredibly poignant considering our current climate. So thank you so much for that beautiful words. Somebody in the comments put it as honest, pure and raw, which I think is the best way really of putting it. So thank you for that. Yeah. I was actually wrong. We're actually at our penultimate performer now. And then after that, the judges, including myself, will be taking a 10-minute break or so to kind of decide our scoring. So our penultimate performer is Paddy Carroll or Porg Carroll. I'm not sure which Paddy, you want to be referred to. Who is a new rapper poet from Monaghan, who is based in Limerick, who is currently writing his first EP and working on his first collection of poems. So please give it up for Paddy or Porg. Thank you.
Paddy's based.
Yeah. Let's stick with Paddy. So yeah.
you would miss the poetry altogether, wouldn't you? It's a great night so far. Congratulations, everyone. I'm just going to do a little content warning. I suppose this poem is a bit violent in some places with some minor references to self-harm, but I mean, if you can get through the warning, you'll be fine. It's called Just Another Billboard. Truth be told, why would I bother? Like, honest to fuck. Why would someone like me go get off my arse and do a so-called honest day's work? I don't think so. I won't sink low enough for some nonchalant Jim Crow, penal law loving, yeah, old strutting puppet who's good for nothing but profit. Man, fuck you and your designer strings. I hope you choke on the rope from your fallacies. Like these folk wouldn't work on batteries. Wished, hold up, this paroled pup here disagrees. Like, geez, you want everyone on their knees, brown nosing you with false flatteries plus peak production for these minimum wage salaries. Please, we're all going to choke on the thick ass smoke from you burning through your cash. The unabashed greed that you've amassed brings to pass the 6th mass extinction that's been forecast. So I pass on eating meat. Fuck sucking my teeth. Won't bite my tongue around no pig grass, tout or snitch. So without a doubt, hear me shout. I want my pound of flesh from the rich, but let's be bleeding clear. I think I'm going to sit here listening to the prophets of laissez-faire from your prick lips. As if, kid, here's a tip, yeah. Not a fucking prayer. You need to let go of that neo-liberal ill-advised faith. That shit should have died a slow, painful death with Margaret Thatcher on April 8th. Oh, I'm a filthy take, but I'd celebrate the death of anyone who's bourgeois. Whether you load the rich man who told you this, nah, I just don't hate the poor. Nah, fuck it, I'm not a bootlicker. I'm putting my foot down and the shoe fits, so sure, I do detest mindsets that respect cost more than the craft of haute couture. Nice yellow vest, pardon my French, but I feel on the edge. I've been cutting like avant-garde. I divide in my mind, want no troubles in Ireland. My choice is mass line or vanguard. But in my defense, I can't sit on no fence with some apathetic shit center stance. It's common sense. I can either fight forwards to freedom or I can just feign ignorance. But I'm not a child of fear, nor Ahab Moby Dick in here. Asymmetric power is devoured in the belly of the beast and it's fed by our wage slave labor careers. I can buy in anymore. Live here so will benefit. Plenty I can do, but one of them is I can educate, refuse to participate. I have to be a renegade because life alone should be the only thing that I inherited. So fuck the West's best interest. Capital, slavery for Colton is severely criminal. No wonder that I've been turning so radical. Phone in my pocket is clearly despicable, so call me Ishmael, cause I'm male-ish. What European with privilege, I won't whisper or wail, it's too late, you can fuck off and die and forget my forgiveness, because I have second-hand clothes on my body, first-hand guilt above my head. How I live this life, a luxury, treads my own bed. I probably could choose to be well-fed, but instead I'm perceived as emaciated, emasculated, some ascetic prick, so others can pull that made in China wool over their eyes and forget about it. But how could I bleat like bah sheep? My family hear shrieks from a banshee. Can I meet in your dreams? I disagree. I won't obey a shepherd or a giant's posse, and I won't sink into no bed sheets because they're likely made in some underpaid factory. Why should I have to persuade my country to want to live cruelty free? How moderate we demand land in the sea, so this clearly ain't the vision. Oh no, fancy me reading Ho Chi Minh, then purchasing Vietnamese sweatshop linen. It's doing my head, and I'm first a socialist, only after then a Republican. The green, white and gold I refuse to uphold if it's sewn together by some children. Yeah, you heard me right. What's the fucking point if we don't deal with the real global plights? Fight the proprietors, not the producers. Or is it just soil that we want to unite, whether you're in or outside the occupied or somewhere in between? If you're for Irish profits over human beings, you might as well fuck off and fight for the Queen. And to strike a nerve, history has informed that surgery needs to be performed. Put these blue shirts where they've always belonged, in a state-funded sick ward where they can pray to their dear lords, the Rockefellers, the Henry Fords. If a picture paints 1,000 words, let their eulogies be installed as just another billboard. Thanks.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, Paddy. Thanks a million. That was spectacular. Love the rhythmic rhyming. That was, yeah, nice kind of change up from the other kind of poems that we've had. Absolutely spectacular. Thank you so much. So please give it a round again for Paddy. Thank you. And unfortunately, we have come to the ultimate, the final, last but certainly not least, performer of our night. There she is in all her beauty. And again, I just want to say thank you so much to all the performers, and thank you again for having me here. It's been an absolute honor. So let me introduce Quiva May.
Hello.
Is an ally, eating disorder recovery activist, and spoken word poetry artist from Galway, trying to get her work out there to more people by sharing across her social media platforms. So please give an ear for Quiva. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Yeah, okay, so this is called Little Miss Righteous. Damn, I am gorgeous. A raging Taurus will me a fortress, but it's got to be enormous for my ginormous flat clitoris. Girl, I am confident. Believe your compliment. Let the haters believe the opposite. If everyone likes how you're singing your thing, you're really singing your thing the way it should be singing. If you're singing a song and everyone sings along, is that really the song that you should be singing? My attitude is so thick, it could save lives, just like my new belly, my ass, and my thighs. Feminists don't wear pink and other lies. I'm a god, and that's my Bible. Read it, follow it, be my disciples. Make the spoken word go viral. Make Mistress May my grand title. Then make me one of your idols. Along with my friends and their hot girl shit. If you say you support, then you gotta commit. To the girls, the envies, and the gays, we can make a little help every day. And sometime not too far away, equality will be no more than child's play. Now, I'm not a man hater, but call me a traitor, a dictator, negotiator, manipulator, G-spot locator, dick deflator. I'm all these things and more. And no, I am not yet a whore, but I'm telling you that if I were, I'd flaunt that shit like my couture. Because I am sick of my sex working friends getting shit from mostly straight white men. Now, I'm getting quite off topic. Like, you can't get off my spiritual dick to make up for yours microscopic. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your ego? Here, have some of mine. The effect's placebo. Plus, it'll increase your libido for yourself and not just me, though. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Because by the looks of it, you need it. That negative energy, you gotta flee it. That beautiful body, you gotta free it. You can have your cake and eat it too. I said it here first, that's your new food rule. And plus, I said it here first, that's your new food rule. Welcome to my own learning school. Damn, I love myself and you. And that's hard work, trust me, whew. But learning that that was what I had to do was the reason my world suddenly grew, as did my ass and my fantastic boobs, my stomach and your amazing view. Whew, anywho. Just to finish this mess up, I'll remind you that you're enough, that you are so worthy of love and all that other necessary cheesy stuff. Try to love yourself like I love me in this beautiful home, my body. Stop being someone else's wannabe and start being your own dream. So yeah, damn, you are gorgeous. So is everyone in the chorus. We adore us. Don't need you to agree just so you can score us. Hop on board us. Stop, you can't afford us. Don't ignore us, because if you ignore us, can't respect us, neglect us, object us, incorrectly correct us, we're going to do it ourselves. We're going to connect us, protect us, project us, protest for and accept us, because all we are ever going to have in this world for sure is us. And because of that, we'll raise us up.
Absolutely spectacular final performer for the evening. So thank you so much, Quiva. Thank you.
Thank you.
Big round of applause there. So yeah, absolutely brilliant finisher for the evening. Thank you so much again to all the performers. You can all take a breather now, including me, and pour yourself another drink. So basically, we're going to come back at about, say, 9:10, I think. Caitlin, would that be about right? That we're going to come back at about 9:10.
Yeah,
The
9:10
judges are going
should
to
be.
confer. And we're going to come back together. We're going to group, and we'll hopefully have a winner and 2 runners up after that. So thank you so much. Log back in about 10 minutes. Thank you.
And y'all should be able to just leave your Zoom on to make it easier for everybody while you step away. You can just turn off your camera, turn off your mic.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Do you want us to go away so that we're not listening to you talk?
Oh, we've got a separate chat going on, so
Okay.
Don't worry.
Fair enough. I was worried. I was like, I'm pretty sure I can be able to hear what you're saying.
Yeah, everyone stay here.
Be very covert, wouldn't it? If we're all just like.
We thought of this. We've thought
It'd
of
just
it.
be like,
Actually, it'd be great.
oh, thank God, now they can't hear me anymore. Jeez, that is.
Come on, we're professionals. All right, see you soon, everyone.
Chev, can you hear me? It's Colin Mcgarrell here.
How you doing, Chief?
How you doing, man? Do you say St. John's as in St. John's, Newfoundland?
No, it's in St. John's, New York City.
All right, fair enough. I was wondering, because I was like, when you were mentioning, I know Atlanta and stuff, I was like, that'd be very strange for someone in one of the Newfies to be going mad about it, you know?
That was a great crack tonight. That was fucking unbelievable night.
You guys are fucking amazing. Holy shit.
Everybody was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like, Jesus, bringing the A game, man. Fuck.
So, Paddy, I threw in a comment there. I was like, do you know Dirt?
I'm very good friends with him. Yes.
Yeah, because I was talking with Dirt only earlier today. Like,
something. Like, he is probably actually one of the reasons I started taking this shit serious. I was on the session one night and like I don't know about yourselves, but our sessions usually turn into trad music and poetry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he started rapping, and I was like, man, I have a few bars for you. And after I performed, I was like, fuck, I'm just not good.
I got my game.
And I did. I went away and I wrote loads, and then I met him again, and I was like, hey, I fucking wrote this 1 or 2 poems or 2 raps, and I performed it to him, and he was like, oh, well done. You actually.
Oh man, I was fucking class, like else.
Yeah, bro, come on, tell me that again.
I fucking love that shit, man. Don't be stopping. Keep giving me more of that.
Yeah. He's so good, man. Yeah.
See his yoke for.
I've studied it. I know what you're talking
about. For RT.
Yeah, Other Voices, man. Yeah, I messaged him right after. He's on another level.
Yeah.
If the rest of you don't check him out, yeah.
I came across him on the Kneecap track, and I was just like,
oh yeah,
like man, and I was so happy to hear that Limerick voice, and I think yeah.
What's the first line? I'm my mother's child and my father's son.
My father's child, my mother's son. That line can be troublesome.
Oh my God.
What's done is done, and my mother's a stubborn cunt.
Yeah, he's so good, man.
Yeah.
It was funny because like I'd be good friends with the lads in Kneecap, and that's how I met.
Yeah.
First.
No way.
And so, but I remember when I remember being up in Belfast more than a year ago, and so Mowgli Bap, as his name was, he showed me the rough recordings of that, and Bert was out with us, and I remember sitting. They're like, what do you make? Like, 'cause they hadn't really shown it to people. It took a good year for it to come out, and then it turned out it ended up being a week too late, you know.
Oh man, it's heartbreak, isn't it? They went through a bunch of different versions of it, didn't they? You see.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was fucking heartbroken when I heard that. Poor fucking niche.
Stop it. But so that's gas now, because I was talking Dirt only earlier. He'd be a buddy of mine.
He knows everyone, man. He's one of these people who, like, every poet knows him, and he's never about. He's probably asleep right now. The lad's nocturnal, you know.
Oh, boys.
Yeah, man. That's Limerick City, kid.
Limerick City.
Kid, yeah.
There was a great line in that though, and is in the same song, Grace. It was like it's because my had Peter Pan syndrome symptoms.
Yeah, my father has Peter Pan syndrome symptoms. He's really good at using his now this has just turned into a Dirt fanboy session.
I'm sorry, like I didn't
Well, I threw it up for Valentine's Day. I had a screenshot from the video from years ago. He's in the back of the van. He's in the back, exactly. He's in the back of the van, like accepting a pair of boxers in a row. So that was my post up on Valentine's Day. It's like, don't worry, single ladies, Dirt will treat you nice.
Oh, he's some fiend, so he is, man.
Well, yeah. Like my brother actually got me onto Kneecap. Like I heard about them, and now I'm just listening to them a lot. They're doing so much for me because I want to be a better Gaeilgeoir.
Well, Fodge the shaft in the guy, it's the perfect time to learn. You know?
Yeah. It like has a lot of meaning for me. I'm just trying to get more into it, and I loved all of your pieces. By the way, they were like,
yours is amazing. You did a great,
it was crazy.
You did a great job.
Crazy night. I was not expecting this at all. Like, not that I was expecting things to be bad, but like I wasn't expecting every poem to fucking blow me away. Like,
it was so beautiful. Like,
I couldn't believe that we'd know Organ. I was like, it was like, this is the last poem. I was not expecting it. It was like it went so fast.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
It finished exactly at 9. I was like, what? When does that ever happen? Chev, man, you had a great line. It was about black hoodies. What was it? I wrote it in here, man.
Same as the Reaper.
Yeah, we all wear black because it's black.
Yeah.
So we can't find us. Fuck me, man.
Your shit's amazing, man.
Yeah.
We weren't matching hoodies with the Reaper, so he doesn't have trouble finding.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Here's a good line.
And don't mind me, I haven't eaten all day, so I'm kind of trying to stuff my face right now.
Yeah, don't worry.
Get into you, you're grand.
Yeah. Man.
Are you in America at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, cool. Because I was like, it's bright out. I was like, that's
yeah.
It's like, not a chance.
Yeah, it's like 4 o'clock out here.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
cool. Your shit's incredible, man. No wonder you're winning all these fucking awards and shit.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Everybody was phenomenal. I was just sitting here like,
Would you have known any Irish poets before, Chev, before tonight?
Did I know any?
Yeah.
No, actually.
So what brought you to our wonderful community?
I just searched the phrase poetry slam on Eventbrite and saw something. I took a look.
The whole vibe.
I was like,
whole vibe.
Circus City. Oh, this is Ireland. Oh, that's kind of cool. I want to try that. Because I've done some London-based stuff, some Australian-based, a couple of South Africas. But I was like, oh, this is different. I'll try that.
That's a soaring like a ringing endorsement for some of the positives out of this weird times that like you were hardly going to be in Limerick to do this tonight. But so that's pretty cool. Like, so one thing to be thankful for.
Yeah, it's absolutely class. It's really nice, like the Zoom things, to be able to connect like with more people, you know, like that.
And as well, you know, you're not wrecking. We're gonna hear this for poems. Like, you know, when you're on the night out and you're doing some of your work and you can just see that person in the corner being like, oh, for fuck's sake, when is this gonna end?
That's just because you've been singing Wonderwall non-stop for 10 years.
Yeah. This lad's on his 74th back. Like, when's he ending? Like, you know?
I feel like I got to perform in Ireland but still got all my chores done. This is amazing.
That's a good day, Chev. That's a good Saturday.
Oh, so you guys are all fucking seasoned at this. This is my first time doing anything like this.
This is my first time too. This is my first time too.
Oh yeah, cool.
Taylor, I wouldn't have.
What? So much happened there.
Your poem was fucking savage. Yeah, it was your poem was amazing.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it, Taylor. It was
thank you. Sorry, it was so much happening. I was like, I don't know who I'm complimenting, but you're all amazing.
I hope it's okay if I'm unmuting myself, but I'm just wondering if you guys have social medias. You were all amazing too as well.
Oh, thank you. I've been popping mine in the chat, but you know.
Oh yeah, great. Thank you.
You don't have to have an interest in mine though. Just
Taylor, do you ever read William Blake? Because the idea of having the contrasting poems, the songs of innocence and experience, came to my mind.
I have read him, but if I'm being honest with you, I wrote this poem 2 years ago, funnily enough. So it has nothing to do with COVID, weirdly enough. And then it happened, and I was like, this is brilliant for the time. Yeah, but no, it was weird. It was something I kind of just started writing because I was like, I want to talk about how much I love Galway and everything like that. I wanted to write a poem about that sort of thing, but then it ended up being I had so much lovely things to say, but at the same time, I have so much trauma based in this country and in this county. That's not the fucking country's fault, but like I cannot get over it, and until I leave and see a therapist in another freaking country, I'm never gonna get over it. So. Like that was kind of the thing about like I have to get out of here in order to be able to come back and I can actually live here again.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah. So it was just kind of it was just how it ended up being. Like I couldn't write some big happy positive poem without acknowledging that like I'm not 100% okay either. Yeah.
True that.
You like the idea though that it's like this is almost a place where you can share that and not feel bad, like, you know.
For sure.
It's a kind of welcoming that you can be vulnerable and be supportive, with fellow people who are doing the same.
It says the man who had the poem about erectile dysfunction, like, you know, it makes sense.
Like, nothing more fucking vulnerable than that.
It was so good, man. Once I realized what man then meant, I was like wetting myself over here. I was like, I really hope I'm muted right now because I'm belly aching.
I mean, I audibly
to this level of bravery.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so many intervals you said things and I was just like, like I was like, this is brilliant. I love this.
Such good puns.
I love vulnerability. I love it. It's like let me see the insides. Just maybe that's an issue. Maybe I got problems, but it's grand. I'll deal with them.
Hey, your foreign therapist will help you with them. Don't worry.
I'll pop off to Italy at some point. Anyone feel like Venmoing me the money in order to get out?
Man, if I had any money, I'd probably spend it on myself, to be fair. Actually, never mind. I'm a poet. I'm not supposed to have money, okay?
Starving artist.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so, Anya, you're down in Limerick, is it?
No, I'm actually in Chev.
In Tip, all right.
Yeah.
And is this your first time as well? Because I wouldn't have thought it. But,
Yeah, no, I've hardly even like showed anything that I've written to anybody before. So yeah, I just kind of decided to throw myself in the deep end. But yeah, I haven't done that before.
I wouldn't worry. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about showing your stuff to anybody. That shit's amazing. You know,
Thanks, Patty.
yeah. It's so good. Yeah, it took me years. Like I'm talking about like a good 2 years before I was like, I think I know how this works. You know,
I think I got it now. I can start.
Yeah, I know. I got it now. Like we all got it now. We all figured it out along the way. But yeah,
it's like it's no longer terrible. I can actually put it out there now.
Yeah, like my family can hear this. They might be disappointed, but they might be like, Jesus, that was kind of good though, you know?
You know, bless my poor parents. I was like, if you make so much as a noise in this house for the next 2 hours, silence, I beg of you.
But there's a reason I'm glad I don't live with my parents. I don't think my conservative Catholic mother
bless.
fucking getting stuck and drunk
Yeah. No, I'm lucky enough. I live with all my my housemates. They're all downstairs drunk off their tits though, man. I'm gonna have to go join them soon.
Oh God.
Sure, Paddy, even if man down meant going down on a girl, I don't think she'd like to hear that either. Like
No.
No, I don't imagine so.
My parents have had sex 4 times for 4 kids, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah. The world's best poet and their 3 brothers. Jeez, man, I'm just getting slowly drunker as the night goes on. What are you drinking? I'm on the old Guinness. The old
fucking
stout.
water. I'm as boring as sin.
But a can of Guinness though, not the same thing.
No, yeah, it's can, but I stole glasses from at the pub, so you know.
My body
It's got fair. Yeah. Once I saw everyone else was drinking, I felt FOMO, you know. It's good stuff. Lads, I'm actually, you know, I was really thinking I was going to be sitting here kind of just waiting for my poem tonight because I was so nervous. But after the first one, I was just like, Jesus Christ. It's so relaxed. This is fucking great. I really miss poetry, man. I forgot how much I miss just going to these nights.
Yeah.
You know, makes you realize you don't miss the drinking and the partying. You miss the people, don't you?
Yeah,
Mixture of both.
really lovely.
Oh, I'd love to see yours on stage, Neve.
Oh. I don't do the jam though when it's not my house.
It'd be pretty great if you all give us a bucket of red stuff to throw on you though.
We could all
just drench you.
I have one with Twister lollipops as well, so
sick.
That's the worst part about organized nights like this. There's no like on Zoom, sorry, afterwards there's no like we can't just hang out and like in the smoking room and do more poems, you know.
Or consider this a smoking room for the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here I brought nothing to smoke.
Are we still recording? I'm just wondering.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then yes, no, I haven't smoked it, did I swear?
Yeah, me neither. No, the only lines I do are poetry lines. No, sorry, that's too far.
Say no to drugs, kids. Say no.
Oh man.
Even really colorful ones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Even the ones that make you feel great. It reminds me of that line, I suppose it's not very cool, it was the line from Love Actually. And he's like, kids, don't buy drugs. Become a rock star.
Yeah.
Get the rivery.
Yeah, the rivery. Yep.
Hold up, did they say 10 past?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're enjoying the crack we're having.
That's a great sign though. Blaze.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to make that decision now, you know. Everyone was
That's gonna be rough.
Blaze, I thought your line about the Spartans and being it like metamorphizing after was class.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
What was your one line? Freaking I might get this wrong, but like kicking our generation's head in. I was like, oh, the imagery. I can fucking picture it. We're like smashing the brains across the street or something. Terrible memory.
On my Instagram feed and entrails strewn across news headline.
Yeah, seriously sick.
Thanks to like fucking every bit of new stuff about students during the pandemic. Well, they only mention us when we've done something wrong.
Oh yeah.
The only time they
Otherwise, we
care.
don't-
Oh man, did you see the Limerick crack? The fucking
Yeah,
College
right.
Court.
Oh, it's a disgrace. Like
It's wild, man. That's Limerick though.
that is Limerick. Yeah.
Do any of you know Weems?
Yeah, well, I've met him, but I don't know him well personally.
Oh,
but I know
he got in shit the last time all that stuff happened, and his Facebook status this time around was just like, "I am not down in College Court right now." Don't worry, lads. Yeah.
It's just like the money was resting in my account.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, man. Hey, there's a lot of Kate Mcsharrys. I'm trying to find the right account. There you are.
So exciting. Like this is the most social I've had in quite a while.
So long, right?
Yeah, between last night and this night now, I'm full up for the next month until we have something going on again.
I had like 2 phone calls today, and I was like, Jesus, like I'm shattered.
Enough. Yeah.
Oh, I went on a freaking group call with people playing Among Us on Discord, and I'd never played it before, and just the absolute anxiety attack.
Yeah.
And it was because it's the first time I've seen anyone in about a year. It was like, oh my god, I've completely forgotten how to be human.
Yeah.
Or like anxiety for college classes, and you're not even saying anything for online college. You're just there.
Oh my god, I was on a college class recently, and I had my fucking mic on. I didn't realize, and there was a fella saying stuff, and I was just like, well, that's not fucking right. Well, that's a lot of nonsense. And then I was like, oh shit. The fucking lecturer kept pausing. She was like, do you want to say something? I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I wasn't actually talking to you.
I was just talking shit about this one because it was philosophy, so he was going on about shit, and I was like, well, that's not right. Well, that's stupid.
I knew there was someone talking in my lecture that day. Jesus, like.
Oh god.
What I was saying, I did there anyway. I probably recommend it. You can save the chat box onto your computer. So if there are people throwing, it'd be easier to just go back just in case.
Oh, that's way easier. Yeah.
Like I said, it isn't my first Zoom class. You know.
I'm just randomly following everyone on Instagram.
Yeah.
How do you save the chat box?
You go to the chat, and then next to the three dots next to
file.
file.
Yeah.
You press next to file. You press save chat, and it'll come up. So then you go and show folder.
Perfect. Thank you.
Move that to your desktop, and you'll be easy to find then.
Thanks a million.
I'm so afraid to go looking for everybody's socials because I'm on my
I was
phone.
already following you, so I was like, yeah, I know you. I got so excited. I was like, it's a bitch, I know you.
I'm afraid to go look for all your names because when I go out of the chat, I'm on my phone and my partner's foot is the
I wonder where the fuck came from.
You're not gonna see my partner's foot.
Oh, bless. I saw that earlier and I was like, I don't want to say Anton. That's really funny though.
It's so awkward because I don't know how to change it.
Oh, bless. You could go into
leave it there. It's a good foot.
There was someone came in there.
Thank you. See, this is what I keep trying to say. It's a good foot.
Is this yours? Oh my god, I know yours.
No free feed pics though. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
No free
Pay
feed pics.
for it. Getting OnlyFans.
Yeah.
My biggest worry is not people seeing the foot, but people seeing the foot and thinking it's my foot. My feet are so much nicer than that.
We were just very impressed here, like you're getting the foot all the way up there.
Yeah.
My hips don't move that way. Like I can't. I was saying there, we got a comment from Elisa, but I didn't realize that there was like 3 pages of people watching us as well. So
What?
hope you enjoyed yourself. Yeah, if you press next to the load of eyes.
I thought it was just us all here together. Oh shit.
There's a whole gotcha box going on behind us. Does the luck feel hello, Asul Grwin for sauce. I hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Well, kids.
Feel extra embarrassed.
Oh, as soon as I saw that, I immediately put it on.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't see that now. I would have been bragging and boasting. I would have been. No.
Follow me here. Follow me there. Venmo is here.
Queen would have had 2 feet out if she knew there was an audience, you know? Boys.
Oh, Jesus, you do.
Hello, Caitlin. Oh, they're back, lads.
We've been keeping your audience occupied.
Hello, I am back. We are back, guys, with the news of who and winners and runners up. If you're all okay with that, you seem to be having a great time there in the group chat, which is nice. It's so nice to actually relate with people. I actually haven't really done a live poetry event in nearly a year, unfortunately. I think that I just kind of got a bit spooked, you know, so it's so nice to actually be connecting with people in terms of your writing and that again. So again, thank you so much, and thank you so much to all the performers. I really hope you all enjoyed yourselves, because I know that I did for sure, and it was nice to entertain you for a little bit, for an hour. So thank you again so much. So I'm going to start off with the third. It's a joint runners up in third place. So it is Taylor and Kate who came in at third runners up. So big. I'm sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, big wave about. For,
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Good company too. I mean, you're amazing. Good job, Kate.
You too. Well done. And thanks to everyone. That was such a great night.
Thank you.
Well done, guys. Yeah, it really was. Sorry, before I announced that, I should have said that we did kind of, by the way, just on terms of scoring, that we did kind of do it on, say, the content, the rhythm and the delivery. So that's kind of what we kept in mind. So guys, yeah, you got joint third. So thank you so much again. And then in second place, we had Colin. So thank you so much, Colin.
Gormagav.
The false roll. And the winner is, if he's online still, I can't really see him in the lineup, but is Chev. He has won the cash prize. So big round of applause for Chev. Thank you so much. I don't know where he hasn't popped up just yet.
Thanks so much. I'm like mid bite, but
oh, you're okay. I'm mid drink. So thank you so much, guys. And again, yeah, all I can say is thank you so much for having me. It's been really fun. It's been definitely a different Saturday night for me, for sure. A nice reason to get up, get dressed up, and not that I needed a reason to drink on a Saturday, but here I am. I hope you're all joining me, and hopefully see you for the next one maybe, or see you for another poetry event online. So thank you so much, and give yourselves a big round of applause. I'm sure we can do it now. We can descend into chaos. Cheers to that.
Hey, great job, everyone. That was phenomenal.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you again so much.
Guys, that was incredible.
That was a great time.
Well done, everybody. Well done.
Good job. Woo!
And again, a massive thank you to our other judges. We had Eve, Bo, and Laura.
Yeah, they did
Thank you for joining us for that tonight.
Sure.
And thank you so much to all of our performers, to our audience. We needed y'all to make this happen.
Big time. Big thanks to our audience for sure as well. Thank you.
And big ups to Maeve and Caitlin for putting this together. They set this whole damn thing up in the 126 gallery. So round of applause for them.
Another applause.
Very kind.
Lovely event.
Shout out to the 126 gallery.
Sure.
Keep an eye on us. Hopefully we'll be doing more things.
Yeah.
And hopefully the world will be semi-normal again soon. And y'all can join us in the gallery.
IRL. That would be great.
Thank you very much. Make sure
Thank you guys so much.
keep your waiters. Why not?
Thank you guys. Thanks a million.
Thank you guys.
If all the performers, if you want to hang back for just 2 seconds after everybody's left.
Can have a quick chat.
But yeah, everybody else, have a great
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you guys
Bye.
for coming.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Wow, I feel so out of place telling everybody have a
Congrats,
great
Chev.
night when it's literally like 5 o'clock.
I know, the beauty of time zone.
Yeah, go and have your dinner.
I mean, I'm
Actually,
hungry.
later than I thought. Fairness.
I get so nervous. I was like, I'll have half a dinner so that I'm pumped.
I still have an uneaten piece of toast in the toaster.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you're gonna have to get a new one. That'll be all cold and yeah.
I know.
Pop it in the microwave.
Wait, and Taylor, you said this was your first
That's
time?
how disgusting I am. That's a bad look on me.
That's a psychopathic move right there. Yeah.
Taylor,
Alright.
Taylor, you said this was your first time?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you placed straight off the bat? That's amazing.
Thank you.
I did not do that the first time.
Oh, thank you so much.
That did not feel like the first time.
Okay, I think that's everybody else out now. I just like to keep y'all back after for like 2 seconds, because if this were in person, we'd be going and partying, having pints together.
Yep.
But just want to make sure that y'all know you were really, really great. We're really glad that we had you here. And I know, for a few of you, this was like the first time. So thank you
Yeah,
for
thank
trusting
you.
us and letting us be your first.
Yeah.
It is an honor.
Fair play. Showing up and being vulnerable and just killing it. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I might have the balls now to start doing it in college instead
Yeah,
of presenting
exactly.
recorded
God,
versions
yes.
of things.
Too.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
your
It's
bell
so
just
good, like-
shook me. It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Sammy, I
I
was
was contemplating doing that, like, or not. I was like, am I going to do that and start laughing?
Oh, no.
Oh,
it was,
no,
that was
fucking
excellent.
brilliant.
It was great. All right, I think that's everything. We're just going to say a little,
That's all. Just a personal thank you, and you were great from us. That's all we wanted to make sure we got at the end.
Thank you for having us.
Seriously, guys, great lineup. Really great lineup.
Yeah, very